If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button and of course subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Save up to 14% on coins and get an extra 5% off when you use the code TVM at checkout. Offer ends 1st of January. There are also chances to win free FUT21 coins over at u7buy.com. Link down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you've already been awake and had a little look around, you'll have seen that I've released a flashback Rttf Zakaria review. However, if you haven't seen that and you want to check it out, is he actually worth 200 and something thousand coins? Go check it out. It's an interesting video. We do talk about a little bit more than just the card itself and maybe some other SBCs and such. However, right now we're here to talk about this dynamic card, which we may or may not be doing another video on in the future if they pull off the seemingly impossible. They've been drawn against Manchester City. We are, of course, talking about Borussia Mönchengladbach. I am going to mispronounce this guy's name. I'm going to call him Zakaria, even though he could be Zakaria. I really don't know how you pronounce his name. So we'll call him Zakaria, or I might just call him Zach. And we'll see where we get on. If anybody know how to pronounce his name, please let me know in the comments so I don't make a fool of myself in future videos. Now, if you want to buy this guy off the market, actually, quite similar price to Rttf Zakaria, and this guy's an 86 rated with potential to go higher and higher and higher. They've surprised a few people this year, Borussia Mönchengladbach, but of course they were helped slightly, although taking nothing away from their performance, by the, the underwhelming performance of a few clubs in their group. Let's talk about the card. 3-star, 3-star, medium work rates. Like I said, it's dynamic, has the potential to go to an 87, 88, and so on and so forth. Decent acceleration and sprint speed, 84, 88. Can't really do much in the way of shooting, although he does actually score a goal for me because he finds himself in the right place at the right time, manages to create the space for himself, actually carves it out of almost nothing. You know, he's in and around, you'll see in a second, but he's in and around the penalty area, and he's around maybe 8 or 9 yards out. But there's like 2 or 3 defenders in front of him. Manages to left stick dribble his way around to create half a gap, and he shoots near post and scores. And the guy didn't move his goalkeeper or anything like that. It was just a decent finish. With 72 finishing, you don't really expect a player to be able to slot something like that in. But then again, I suppose Adama Traore early doors was scoring some crazy goals, and he has a terrible finishing stat. 87 short passing, 80 vision. Could be better, could be worse, that's for damn sure, but still, 88 composure, 82 dribbling, 85 ball control, 88 reactions. Not bad, but then we read 67 balance, 71 agility. I tell you what, hadn't noticed it before, but reading this on paper, I'm not really sure. I mean, I suppose it's down to, you know, in-game, but I'm not really sure why this card is expensive as it is, because if you read his stats on paper, they're not that great, really. I mean, they're okay, there's nothing wrong with them, but there are definitely cards out there that will rival this for a fraction of the price. 87 stand tackle and defensive awareness is good, 83 slide tackle could be better, 69 heading, awful, 84 interceptions, and then the physicals are really nice, kind of. 92 aggression and 90 strength, very nice indeed. However, as we move into some of the clips here, we've got 83 stamina, which for a CDM, for most people anyway, that isn't going to be good enough. And the reason I say most people, if you're the type of person to not play to the meta, and you don't just control your CDMs, you actually defend the way you should be defending, I'm not one of those people, then 83 stamina might be enough. But for those who just control CDMs and allow the AI to do the majority of the work when defending, yes, unfortunately, 83 stamina isn't going to be enough on this card, and it definitely tells in game. Toward the latter stages, toward the early stage of the game, he doesn't feel particularly quick anyway. But then toward the latter stages, when he runs out of stamina, he feels like an absolute brick. And it's not really down to the agility, although that is a contributing factor when he does run out of stamina. So let's give you some sort of I can't use the correct term, I'll be demonetized, but maybe a not very nice sandwich, let's put it that way. So, first of which, I mean, his stand tackle, his defensive awareness, and just being a CDM in general, very good. His positioning more than anything, he's always there in the hole, right place at the right time, ready to cut the passing lane. His interceptions could be better, but they are pretty decent. There are several chem styles you could go for. Anchor, for example, It gives you 89 interceptions, boosts that pace a little bit. You do get more strength and aggression, and all the defensive stats go through the roof. The one that I think I've seen the most is the Shadow, and that's the obvious one to go for, just to really whack up that pace, but I don't really think you need that. The pace isn't the problem with the card, it's the agility and the stamina, because the agility allows him to feel a little bit more fluid, a little bit more mobile, but at 6'3", it's going to be difficult to achieve that. So to be honest, I would probably go for the anchor and just take what you can get there. So you do get a boost of acceleration and sprint speed. It's not amazing, but it's fine. And then you just create this really good powerhouse CDM who is capable of playing it out to immediate players around him. He's very strong, and he's going to be great in a challenge, and that's all you can hope for. That is a plus point. The negative side of this card, and we've already touched upon it in that little interchange there, is that he just doesn't feel very good. You know, using this guy, unfortunately, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason why, but using this guy, he just doesn't feel mobile. In the first 10, 20 minutes of the game, sure, it's not that much of a problem because he's fresh, and the agility and the balance, they're not great, but his pace takes over, and just the fact that he's got good stamina at the time. The more the game goes on, the more you start to feel him being less mobile, more robotic, and then it gets harder and harder to cut the passing lane. If you are one of the people, like I said at the beginning, like myself, who will just control CDMs and maybe let the AI do the majority of the work in your back four, you're going to feel it as the game goes on. It gets worse and worse, to the point where I had to take him off a few times because it was driving me mad how non-mobile he was, if you will. I mean, I'm used to using Kante. That could be a bit of a problem because Kante is one of the most agile CDMs you will ever use in FIFA, in any FIFA. So going from Kante to Zakaria, probably not the best way of sort of reviewing this guy, but you know, it is what it is. And then to end things off with a lovely little crust, we are going to talk about the strength, the aggression. I like him. Just goes in for a challenge. And with the anchor on him as well, with how good his defending stats become, will be very aggressive in the challenge. Go in there and he will win the ball 99 times out of 100. He will win the ball. He comes out with it. None of this, oh, I've got him for a challenge. I've made the challenge and I still don't have the ball. The guy will be on the floor and he'll be running away with it, laughing. You know, Usain Bolt in 100 meters when he was crossing the line, or not even crossing the line, it's like 10 meters from the end, and he was just sort of looking at the camera or looking behind him, smiling. That's exactly what Zach does. Just manages to nick the ball, drops the attacker on his backside, and just keeps running. And then the short passing, he's able to get it into the cam or the wingers or whatever. You can't really do anything too elaborate with him. Like you can't rake a ball like you would with the free David Beckham or anything. But to be fair, I think it's a good card. The problem that I have with it is that I don't really see them beating Man City. Stranger things have happened. We've had a very crazy year, you never know. However, if you look at it from a logical standpoint, I don't see them beating Manchester City, which means I don't see this card going more than an 86, what it is right now, which is slightly unfortunate because I think this card would benefit massively from getting upgraded one or two more times. And that's why I don't think he's going to be worth the coins, really. I think 200 and something thousand coins for this guy is a lot to pay for a card that I would bet against going higher. Does that make sense? It's decent. It's good. There are cards out there that I would prefer to use. Like I said, Kante being one of them. Not quite sure on Kante's base price. But it's a mixed bag. He is good in game. He is really good. Literally, my only complaint was that he's just not that mobile. That's it. That's the only thing. He can do everything else and well. But 200 and something thousand coins for this guy. Maybe I'll eat my hat when, or if they beat Man City and they go through and he's an 87, then I'll be like, yeah, do you know what? Fair enough. If you were paying that for him, you were right and I was wrong. But I just can't see it happening. What do you think the score will be in that game? Let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed the play review, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.